5078. Flight attendant went back there again. We got a call again. She's checking on a passenger there in the back.
Okay, Endeavor 5078, can I take you off 22 right? You can taxi left on Foxtrot Bravo and hold short of Yankee.
Left Foxtrot Bravo, short of Yankee, there 5078.
And just let me know if you need require any assistance.
Yes, sir. We'll let you know there 5078.
Delta 650, Kennedy Tower on departure, maintain 4,000, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
4,000 on departure, 22 right, line up and wait, Delta 650.
Future with Delta 757 on Bravo, monitor the ground.
JetBlue 2110, cross 22 right, follow the Delta.
Taxi Zulu to Golf, hold for the 22 right.
Right, Juliet, Zulu to Golf, hold short, 22 right, Alaska 28.
Delta 484, traffic just taxiing on a runway. You can cross 22 right on 31 left, and hold short of Kilo Echo. You can just monitor the ground, let them know when you gate. Not active. Cross 22 right short of KE Kilo Echo, and monitor the ground.
Okay, monitor the ground, Delta 484. Kennedy ground, Moonflower 787.
Delta 44, you just got to confirm, cross 22 right, hold short of Kilo Echo. Delta 484, hello. Moonflower 787, turn left hotel, hold short of 22 right.
Turn left on out.
That's Tower Endeavor 5078. We're all ready to go now whenever you can get us up.
Endeavor 5078, roger, taxi left Yankee and Echo, and we'll get you out next.
All right, left Yankee Echo. Thanks, Endeavor 5078.
Off the whole shore, you read back nothing, you just said go to ground. I think you switched to ground. Is everything okay?
Everything is fine, both days, Delta 484.
Okay, are you holding short of runway 22 right? Can you confirm that?
Affirmative, holding short runway 22 right.
Very good. Continue to do so, please.
Tower JetBlue 2026 ILS 22 left.
484.
You guys are batting 1,000 today. JetBlue 1539, 22 left to the land.
22 left, clear to land, JetBlue 1539.
And Moonflower 787 back to you again. You read back Alpha, I didn't say anything of the sort. Confirm left hotel and hold short of 22 right.
Left hotel and all short to the right, Moonflower 787.
Excellent job, guys.
Kennedy Tower, plus 222.
Delta 650, wind 180 at 15, gust 23, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Take off 22 right, all 650.
Endeavor 5078, on departure, maintain 4,000, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
4,000 on departure, runway 22 right, line up and wait. Endeavor 5078.
Delta 348 to right, Juliet, hold short of Yankee.
Juliet, short of Yankee, Delta 348. Kennedy Tower, plus 222 on Mike, ILS 22 left.
24 and a half miles ahead, course lane turbulence, runway 22 left, clear to land.
22 left, clear to land, 22 Mike.
Delta 348, hold short of Yankee, call the ramp, see if the gate's open.
From Yankee, calling the ramp, Delta.
Delta 650, contact New York departure, maintain 4,000.
4,000 on 650, we'll see you.
Endeavor 5078, wind 180 at 16, gust 23, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
22 right, clear for takeoff. There 5078.
JetBlue 1719, Kennedy Tower on departure, maintain 4,000, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
All right, maintain 4,000 on departure, 22 right, line up and wait. 1719.
48, all copied, San Juliet, hold short of runway 22 right. November 3 limit Mike, get the preceding traffic in sight.
Negative, I'm C, 22 Mike.
3 limit Mike, reduce airspeed 2020 knots.
Not 22 Mike. Tower, good night, 3127 Charlie, heavy, low flight, 22 left to 12 miles.
On a Pilatus, runway 22 left to the land.
Endeavor 5078, maintain 4,000, contact New York departure.
4,000 on departure, thanks, Endeavor 5078.
JetBlue 1719, wind 170 at 18, gust 23, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
22 right, clear for takeoff.
That's really my mic.
Delta 563 heavy, Kennedy Tower, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
22 right, line up and wait, Delta 563 heavy.
7.
57 Kennedy Tower, ready to contact. Push 1 full set, overhead, I'll 72983, say request.
I'd like to remain at 4 below 1,000.
Triple 1539, exit right, taxi Zulu to Golf, hold short at 22 right.
Zulu Golf, short 22 right, triple 1539.
57, clear requested, caution 1 full set, overhead, I'll 72983.
A3 caution wake as requested, minus 7.
Version 127 Charlie, heavy reduce.
Version 127 Charlie, welcome.
Welcome back. Today's a great day. I know I'm a day late, but yesterday was kind of crazy and I needed to catch up on a lot of sleep, so I went to sleep when I got off of work. But today we're doing leg 188 and 189. From Toulouse to Le Bourget to, it's not Guernsey, where are we going after that? Jersey Airport. Le Bourget is Lima Fox Papa Bravo, and Jersey is Echo Golf Juliet. So leg 188, 189. I remember last time we kind of added an extra leg because we came to Toulouse, and if you notice, our registration is Fox Whiskey Bravo Alpha, Whiskey Fox Tango took us on 188 legs of this tour so far, and I thought it would be nice to either get an updated paint livery or at least swap out equipment. So welcome to the new livery the Airbus uses, and we have Fox Whiskey Bravo Alpha. Looks a lot more modern than the classic, but I thought it was only fitting for us to stop and either swap out planes or get a new livery. So, alright, let's continue on. It's leg 188, climbing to flight level 300, traveling 350 nautical miles, 11.9 on the fuel. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? I forgot to put active sky on, so let me get that in the chat as well. Alright, so we're planning for 3-2 left. Let's start to set this thing up. How about that? Alright. Import there. Import there. AIB 188. Cross index 50. Oh, what's up, Blackguard? Thanks for stopping in. It's an odd hour of the day. That's probably why there isn't much going on Twitch. But we are going to Paris and then Jersey. Let's see here. So we were going to 300, right? Okay, who else do you watch? Let's get some
Standard weather briefing for Lima Foxtrot Bravo Oscar to Lima Foxtrot Papa Bravo. No SIGMETs active for your route of flight. No airmets active for your route of flight. Current weather conditions for departure: wind 358 at 8, visibility 10,000, sky clear. Temperature 31, QNH 1012 for the destination. Wind 288 at 10, visibility 10,000, sky condition 6,400. Scattered temperature 27, QNH 1010 for your alternate. Wind 188 at 9, visibility 10,000, sky condition. Temperature 27, QNH 1008. Forecast conditions for departure: wind 3.
Alright. So weather seems decent, nothing alarming. Alright, start to get this show on the road. Feel like I've been on the ground way too long. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start number. Nope. Before I even do that, I'm gonna do an instant load. There we go. 9727. 97/27. All Flight Simulator, Captain Whip TV. Alright, I've heard of both of them before. I know Oz Flight Simmer is a guy on YouTube that be giving us like the weekly updates or whatever the heck it may be. Right, with like all the new stuff. I believe he does that as well. Don't quote me. I think that's who he is. What you mean? Oh, I didn't hit the button. Captain Whip TV. Now, I don't think I've ever watched Captain Whip TV before, but I've heard of the name. Is he, let me check my Discord really quick. I may not be in that group anymore. Yep, I'm probably not. Is he like in a Discord group with like other streamers? Alright, we're ready to go. Starting number 2. Alright. Arizona. We got a new paint. Well, we took a new airplane. We swapped out the old bird. We did 188 of the 234 legs in it. So I figured it was time for an upgrade on delivery. Message. See messages. Alright, start number 1. Alright, so far so good. Alright. Set this over here. And that is it. Good start on 1, it looks like. Alright. Let's release the parking brakes. Clear on the left, clear on the right. Alright, so we're not using any departures or arrivals. I'm just going to taxi down to 32 left, and we'll leave from there. Our APU is off, APU bleed, auto brake max, spoilers on, predictive wind shear on, takeoff config, flaps 2, and I think I should be good there. Get the cabin checked. There we go.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
I think we're in a pretty good spot. This should be the very beginning, right? You can go down to the next one after this one. This whiskey 20. Alright, let's rock and roll. NeoFly recently. So NeoFly is like VATSIM? Because I've never heard of it. Alright, clear on the left. Can't see out the right, but I guess it's clear. Takeoff, man flex, XRS, runway, auto thrust blue. Knots. 1, rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Alright, let's climb, let's climb. Rocket ship. Climb thrust. Well, that's cool. Definitely a little different. Oh, it's free too? I'm gonna have to check it out. Alright, so we're on our initial turn. The other pilot, let's clean up a bit. Go back 1. Flaps up now. I was thinking about going on VATSIM, but There ain't no controllers. Last time I checked, yeah, there ain't no controllers right now. But you know what? I probably still could do it on VetSim. So you're gonna guess that I like it? I mean, I'm kind of open as long as it doesn't like mess with performance or anything. That is, if it truly brings some value to the game, then I'm down for it. Good. 10,000. Career add-on. So how does it work when you as far as keeping track of everything? Is it like a separate program? For sure. Man, 15,000 to go. Alright, so I don't think I've ever been to LeBurg yet, so this... freelance flights as well. So it's kind of like FS Passengers from back in the day. I think I'm doing the ILS 27. Alright, so LeBurg Airport is interesting. 27 is short, but I can manage that. If we land and get off at Romeo, that would be great. Oh, okay, okay. Let's see. If we land 27, exit at Romeo, that way we can taxi in and just park somewhere there. Or maybe we taxi right and then take that closed runway back to Bravo and then stop there and just kind of set up for the next flight. I don't know. I feel like if we go to the terminal, there'll be a lot of turns and time wasted with parking. If we just do a super duper quick turn, we should have enough fuel to travel the next leg, since we had 11.9 on this one or something like that. But that's my guess. I'm actually very hungry too. Have you tried the new 777? Oh, you said you don't have any payware. Alright, well that answers that question. I bought it, but haven't downloaded it yet. I tried to download it before I started streaming, but it was giving me some problems. Every time I would click on the download button on the browser, it was acting like it did not want to comply. So I'm gonna try it from like Microsoft Edge and see if it'll work. A plastic bag is crazy. How the heck do you, oh, you log in at the bottom. I'm gonna say, how do you log in on the PMDG website? Alright, so they sent me a authentication code again. Read that so damn small. Hold on. Victor. Bro. Let's see if that works. Yep, that worked. It didn't like Firefox for the reason. It worked on Edge. 1.3 gigs. And that's compressed. Yikes. Let's actually go to the 777 website and see how much space you need for it. More details. It didn't actually tell you the size of it. Alright, so we reached cruising up to. We only got about 250 miles to go. 291? How did that? Hold on. Let me right here. BT on field. That's why. Oh, yep, that's why. We're not going to BT. Insert. And clear this discount. 272. Okay, I shaved off like 27. Copy. Listen here, boy. I say. Let's take a quick look here. It was saying that the weather at the Berget winds 260 at 10. Yeah, so winds are kind of down the runway. I think it'll be alright. Copy. Oh shoot. Please don't let me have to relog in. I think I'm good. Nope. But he has all the views in his category. And what category is that? Flight simulator? I mean, what other categories could they be in? I just assumed they would be in the flight simulator category. Gotcha. So he must be actually controlling London. Let me go see. Let me go see. Yeah. Is his name Samuel? Fraser? Vivek? John? One of those guys? How far is Jersey from Cam? Is it now? Oh, Jersey's on a whole island. It looks to be. Oh shoot! It's not even. It's south of London. It's more close to There's a part of France I flew to. Now I don't even remember what it's called. It's closer to France. Oh, and then by Guernsey, okay. I remember Guernsey. I feel like Guernsey had a very short runway. A satellite view. Am I thinking of Guernsey? I think I am. Where is it? Yeah, I got to be. No, I'm thinking about Isle of Man, to be honest. Isle of Man was the one that had the really short runway, but Jersey's on an island, okay. Crown dependencies. So kind of like territories then. I think that's what we will call them over here in the U.S. There's a bunch of places that are not quite states, but U.S. They're called U.S. territories. We got 100 and 215 miles. I got the Neo Fly downloaded as well. So the PMDG 777 and the Neo Fly. Gibraltar's overseas territory, but Sagres is a crown country. Okay. So they're two different things. Okay, oversee, crown the king, sovereign stuff, not. Well, I have no clue, so the more information I have, the better, because. What the heck? Yeah, the more information I have, the better, because I like to learn. And I don't want to give bad information. Part of me really wants to get something to eat. I just don't know what. Maybe a pizza might be good. Remember? Well, it's all good. Thank you for sharing. I wonder how long it is till PMDG releases the 200. That's the one I would actually fly. I bought the 300 just to so support. I think it's like $80. But the 200 is what I would absolutely love to get into. Bush Talk Radio. Audio tours. What kind of audio tours? Like this random information? It usually happens that way. Once you get like 5 or 6 people in here talking, it gets kind of chaotic. That's usually later on in the afternoon, like friends come through or people that like to fly with me. I'm trying to find an actual post that they didn't give us like no rundown. Dang. It's an app and a website that links to it. So you fly over London and it gives you info and audio talk and interesting things around it. Oh, okay. So kind of like a POV, like a guide tour, more or less. Yeah, that sounds good too. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, they have a whole forum for 777. Thank you for the link. Okay, so I got a bunch of showcases here. I mean, I just want to know like basic information. I can't find what I'm looking for. Part of me is like, pizza, I'm sorry. Okay. Where are we at? We are over France. So does this actually connect to the sim? And give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Put the app in my folder. Okay. So it is linked. And I got a pizza in the oven. Yeah, I have that up right now. I'm looking at it. It says Jersey, officially the bailiwick of Jersey, the British Crown dependency near the coast of New England. You need to be logged in and play this tour. My bad, cuz. Seems like a nice little add-on to have. Get some information. Burgett, then we head clear west to Jersey, right? So next time we descend here in the next 20 miles or so. Minutes, really? I don't remember. I gotta leave early today for work. Leave at maybe like 4:30, 4:45, something like that. Maybe 11 miles, so. I wish they had given us like a crash course. Not even a crash course, but gave some info like overall about the releases of these planes and stuff, because I'm not a big 300 fan. And I would like to know about the 200. You would think it would be in general discussion, news, and more. Maybe they did. Hold on. Here's update number 1. I'm not sure what this plane descending though. Alright. Let's set 3,000 in the MCP, sorry. First, for this ILS, it's looking like we need to be at 3,000 perfect. I'll brief the approach once we get a little bit closer. Dang. Go check on that pizza again. Hold on. found the 777-day release post. But I'm not 100% sure that's the Newport either. We had a very sharp left turn here coming up in about 50 miles. And that'll take us to final R. Alright, so let's continue to look to see what else we can find here. Prep for rollout, but that means nothing for me. Is that an airport right in front of us? It sure is. Is that the airport right in front of us? Let's see. I knew I thought I wasn't tripping at first. I'm like, that is not the airport. That's actually Orly. And when we're on final, Charles de Gaulle should be off to our right. Tail end of a low pressure front. It was pretty while I was coming through it, wasn't it? Oh. It froze. Hopefully, there we go. I don't know what caused that lag spike, but yesterday? We need to slow down for sure. Hold on. I don't really have many crasher desktops. Let me knock on wood. There was a moment there where I upgraded my processor, but didn't think of checking my power source, and I ended up having way too much in my computer to where my power source just couldn't handle it. So after a while, FS would just shut the computer off. Then I figured out my power source wasn't powerful enough, so I went and got a 1,000-watt power source, and it's been fine ever since. So outside of that, it really doesn't crash the desktop. Thank God. A lot of times, if it does freeze, I know it's like, oh, it's just frozen for a little bit, and me give it some time. Whoa. Hang finger. We're less than 20 miles away, okay. Happen. Absolutely saw it coming. I'm like, I'm right on the edge of the speed bar thing there. And
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
I figured as much. There's nobody back there. Alright, 6,600 for 3,000. Hoping I can see the field, but oh, I do see it right there. There's transition altitude. So 280 at 8. 26 degrees, 10, 11, okay. We can breeze that approach really quick. We got the ILS, localizer 27. Frequency is 110.55, approach course is 264. 3,000 feet at 8.9, DME RGE, DOR. Is where we will intercept a regularized slope. Our decision height is 220. We have on the weather there, 280 at 8 knots. 27 degrees, 26 degrees. 10, 11. Okay, flaps 1. We're at 4,000 for 300. 3,000, sorry. 10.5 miles out, but alright, it's a 3-degree glide slope. We have rails and pappy lights and also hiles. This approach climbs through the head to Papa Bravo 433 up to maximum 2,000 feet, then climb to Papa Bravo 434 and Papa Bravo 435 at max 3,000 feet under 230 knots in horizon airspace. Go ahead and put it in approach mode. We are on the final. There's Charles de Gaulle off to the right side. Flaps 2, gear down. Lights on. I see a runway. I don't think it's the runway. Right. 180. As soon as we get past 175 knots, full flap. There we go. Alright, runway's in sight. I'll let her continue to slow on her own. Good, 4 miles, so we should be at about 1,500 feet. We're at 16. Alright, good. 4.4. Alright, runway right ahead of us. 1,100 feet off the ground. Decision height was 220 feet. 2808. Go ahead and start my APU so I don't forget about it. So I tend to do that sometimes. Alright, so remember, roll out right on the Bravo Romeo. Right on Romeo, and then take the closed runway back to the beginning of the runway.
500. 400.
I never did put the camera back on. Oops. Alright, my airplane.
Hundred above. 300.
Try my best to follow those pappies. This wind is crazy. Up now a little high.
Minimum.
Ooh, that's a horrible place to have a lag spike. Oh, I just wanted my space.
100.
Completely forgot. Ooh.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Jesus, man. And then we ballooned. The wind was doing me in. It's already retarded. Dip the wing a little bit. Oh, Jesus. I know that was hard. How hard was that? I'm just curious. I was trying to dip that left tire down just a little so it can catch the ground, but it did not work. Alright, since we went way farther because we ballooned, we'll hit this left turn. Yikes. So I guess I'll just continue straight on at this point. Yeah, that wind was definitely not straight down 280. It was gusting. Or switching direction, I'm sorry. Is that an A380? Alright, they're clear on the left, clear on the right. Figure out could make a left here and then another left onto Whiskey 3, and that should get us to the beginning of the runway. Anytime today. Turn here. Differential braking. Taxi slowly. You know, I don't need the APs as I'm going to not shut down. What's up, real man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We just plowed into the runway at La Bourget. I don't know if Blackheart actually got my touchdown, but didn't seem very good to me at all. Alright, so leg 189. Slammed. Did you see what the touchdown rate was? Oh. Was I supposed to turn there? I mean, either one could work. Let's see. Yep, I was supposed to turn there. That's in PMDD 777. Yeah, I was just talking about it a little bit earlier. How long of a flight was that? Alright, so the beginning of the runway is right there. That should be an interesting taxi point right there. Alright, we're gonna stop here really quick. Let me get my new flight plan in. For this next flight, we're only going to 18,000 feet. It's requiring 10,000 pounds of fuel. How much do we have?
Takeoff.
Yeah, 6,700. 7 hours and 30 minutes. Lord help us all. 9727.3. Weights are in. Alright, this thing is giving me a hard time. So we'll do LFPB / Echo Golf Juliet. And I'll just do it manually because ain't nobody got time for that. Alright. planning on runway 25 departure as well. 27, sorry. Yeah, we're doing 27, not 25. 1 hour and 23 minutes. I'll probably land. I'm definitely going to be landing before you and I think about it. What departure we using here? EGX 27. Oh, there's no 6 for 27, so forget that. Dang, 500 pounds is all I was thinking I'm going to have left. Sheesh. And the arrival, Rebel 1 Juliet, into 26. Okay. So I'll take off and then do EVX. And then UT 300 to Senlo. G274 BVAV. I said behave at first, but clear discount. Okay. Let's get our takeoff speeds and we should be good to go. 27 sync. That's 2. Alright, so we at 3,000 pounds now. Alright, let's go. What's up, Jedi? How you doing, man? What's cracking, cuz? We're just gonna cut through the grass here since we made that bad turn. Or lack of turn. Through the grass we go. Alright, lights on. Taking a break from work. What's their phone number? Let me call them real quick. Let them know we got a slacker. I'm not even gonna lie to you though, bro. Yesterday, I was only supposed to take like a 15-minute break, and I ended up just taking all my breaks at once. Mind your business. I took all my breaks at once. I think I was down for like an hour straight. I just didn't have it in me. I was so tired yesterday. It was rough. Alright, I think I'm ready. Did I forget anything, anybody? Lights are on, everything is off. Speeds are in, weights are in. Flight plan is in. I think I'm good. The only thing I didn't do is update the banner. Alright, banner should be updated now. Alright, let's rock and roll. There we go. Take off, man, flex, SRS runway, auto thrust. Ooh. 100 knots, Jesus. E1 and rotate. Yeah, that one is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. What is up with my throttles? Alright, gear is up. Pilot on, flying thrust. Alright, that was simple enough. Especially since I'm not using the checklist. And speaking of which, I need to get another checklist created. I could actually do that today at work. Because the last one I have, I messed up. And I need to get it laminated this time, so I don't mess it up. Alright, flaps are up. And transitions coming up here at 5,000. Yep. Right. We got about 180 miles. Yeah, 184 miles to go. It's a very short hop here. I don't know why I feel like I forgot something, but one thing we can look up really quick, since it's a short flight. Alright, our alternate is Gatwick. Ground charts, here's the airport. No, Fortnite was you took the computer down. Is what I'm guessing is going on. You have 1 Kilo, 1 Juliet. Oh, okay. You don't have a handheld? That's crazy. Not that I would want to play Fortnite on my Switch, but it's on there just in case. iOS 2.6. Alright, my pizza should be done. Let me go check on it real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Just eating really quick. Jedi, if you're still there. When do you actually leave to move? The weekend, you said? Yeah, matter of fact, I think you said you was doing like a little mini vacation on the weekend, right? And then that Sunday is when you leave? Monday. Ready for your next phase of life? Oh yeah. Well, I'm still trying to figure this shit out now. You see, today's not even a stream day for me, but I was so tired yesterday. Getting off at 2 in the morning is it's hard, because I'm like, sometimes I can go straight to sleep, other times not so much. You got a lot of hours to offset. That's crazy. Well, at least you move into some place that's always awake. So you could always find something to do, whether it's go to the store. Alright, I'll be here. I got 160 miles. I should be down by 215, 220. I can lay this. I might have time for some multiverses. Let's look at the weather for Jersey. Weather in Jersey. Oh, it's windy. Wind 290, 15, gusting to 25. Work for this landing. Obviously, I gotta make some calls. Alright. Alright, at 8. Alright, it's 2 o'clock, so I said what? Hold up, so where are these clouds at, really quick? Oh, it's clear, few at 2400, alright. I can go a lot more faster, can I? I sure can. Let's speed it up a little bit. Not that fast. 340. Saying 15 minutes, huh? I assumed it'd be like 220. BVAV. So it's from BVAV. Do we even? We do. Okay, I was about to say, like, I didn't even see BVAV, but there it is. So basically, you just go to the Jersey VOR and you lined up. Make life simple. Man. Alright, we got 40 miles to go, okay. I'm just trying to figure out, this 777. I need to install it and finish checking out these add-ons, push talk radio. As well as I haven't heard anything from Phoenix. Phoenix has dropped some. We're at 80 miles. BVAB is far, or closer to here, a lot closer to the airport. I think BVAB is 16 miles. It's only like 30 miles away, roughly. And we're over land right now, right? Yeah, looks like we are. But then, according to this chart, we do go over water, so I'm just curious. Oh, there's a coast right there. And there's the island. Right all in front of us. Alright, so we got crazy winds. Take a look at the airport itself of Jersey. 5,600 foot runway. Okay, that's kind of short, not extremely short. And it's this place. Interesting. Runway 26 of high intensity runway lighting. High intensity approach lighting system. Happy's on the right. 3-degree angle for Happy's. Basically just go from BVAV to this arrival BVAV to the Jersey VOR, and then we'll be on final from there. It's pretty straightforward. For the ILS, it's 110.3, final approach course is 263, we need to be at 2,000 when we intercept the glide slope at the final fix, which is 5.0. miles from IDD. And IDD is the localizer. Okay, decision height is 200, airport elevation is 277, runway is 272. Alright, so missed approach, 5 foot ahead at 3,000 feet, turn left to 180, then as directed, max 210 knots. Something left forward, up in the center, up to the center. Oh, we should have this in already. 2,000. We're going for a baby dive here. Up to the set path. See if we get to slow down on the line. We are on speed brakes. Excuse me. We gotta make it for that last landing. If you're low, I understand. 100% understand. Because I did not refuel. What's parking like here? Parking stand, let's just go for one, why not? Well, I'm gonna see it on the list. Oh, I have to be 30 miles away, that's why. Almost at 30. No, shoot, no, we at 30 now. 30. 64,000 or more on that island.
The chosen position is too small for your aircraft.
Don't care. $64,000. There's no way 64,000 people on that island. It doesn't look that big at all. They're coming through 10,000. Lights on. Guernsey, okay. I was about to say, what about Jersey? Yeah, Guernsey is the next stop, but I'm not doing that today. I know. What are we at now? 3,200? We'll make it. I was just saying I need to make up for that last landing with this one, but shoot, the conditions here are even worse. And I just realized something is not right. I don't want to do JSY. That just moved on me. Let's clear JSY out of here. Oh, that, so we could actually go direct to CF26 now. These islands have tax havens. What's a tax haven? Oh, because I took JSY out or something. Oh, we need to go down. Airplane, what are you doing? Oh, because it's at 5,000. Can we do that? Yeah, we sure can. Ain't no more drag to give it. Gotcha. Kind of like cheating the system without cheating the system. Alright. The best I could tell you is hold on, it's going to be a bumpy ride. But I'm going to do my best. 15 miles. I'm going to have a hard time slowing down too.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
Didn't even want to slow down right now. Here's transition altitude. We are hauling ass. Even though it's an ILS approach, I'm just going to do a visual just because. I don't want to, I want to have a really good landing. Okay, we're catching up to the descent path here. Keep those chickens calm in the back. Try our best. There's flaps 1. Alright, so I didn't put it in, but the decision height is 200 feet, so slow down a little bit more. We're at about 10 miles. There's the airport. Alright, flaps 2, spoilers coming up and on. We need to go down to 2,000 feet, right? Yeah. Alright, flaps 3, gear down. Flaps full. Mod add on? What did it add on? Is it like for the airport? Recreate the place, oh, okay. Alright, 2,400 for 2,000. When we intercept this glide path at 2,000, we should be about 5 miles. Keep that in mind. That's like a very short approach, so far so good though. There's that wind already kicking my ass. approach mode for now. So remember, winds are like, what did they say winds were? I know it's gusting like 15 to 25 or something like that. Excuse me. It was 280-14 gusting to 24. Lands in the Isles of Scilly. Is that what these islands are called? The Isles of Scilly? No. Okay. 3.5 miles. Tip of Cornwall.
1,000.
1,000 feet. Okay, I see it right there. This is where Guernsey is, right? Yeah. Alright, let's try and make this the softest landing possible. The winds really don't seem to be gusting too much. Not as bad. Well, let me not take that back. I might take it back. Alright. Autopilot off. Alright. Screw the ILS. We're following the Pappies. Last landing, it felt like I hit a downdraft last minute too. So I had to flare really hard, and then it caused me to balloon.
300.
Look at those winds.
200.
Jesus Christ.
100.
Stabilize.
Light slope.
Oh.
40. 30. 20.
Back
Retard.
pressure. She's floating.
10.
5. Oh. How bad was that? I think what screwed me is on the final, or not the final, but on the last minute where it powered up on its own, I just knew I should have cut the power. But we're down. Yeah, that was, I mean, that's not extremely hard, but it ain't extremely soft either. Lord. How bad was the first one in comparison to that one? That's the question. Alright, so we're going to spot 1, which is... should be right off. I thought spot 1 was right here. It is. Weather be weather. Facts. Yeah, I thought this was spot 1 over here. Okie dokie artichoke. Yeah, taxi me in. Yeah, taxi me in. When are you gonna slow me down? Okay. I'm just gonna stop here. Cause he never tried to slow me down. Okay. And of course I forgot the APU again. Alright, we'll wait for that. Alright, so we made it. Leg 189 in the books. 190 is to Guernsey. I'm thinking Dublin is after, so yeah, 190, 191 will probably be in the same video. Because they're both relatively short. Guernsey is very short, but Dublin is only about 275 miles. I mean, sometimes it's like that, but the way the Airbus thing works, it's just easier to leave it on. But it was so windy, I probably should have went manual. You were not lying about that. It would have definitely made me correcting a lot easier, because when you get below 100, you don't want to really power up at all. Even if I was at 100 feet and I cut the power, I'm just gonna cut it and float. You know, it makes no sense to power up to try and hold the airspeed under 100, because you add power, you're just gonna gain altitude. Alright, so there's the APU. Master's off. Beacon off. Fuel pumps off. Alright. And we made it. Oh, see, look. Now he wants to have his hands up like he's gonna park me. Before, his hands are just down. Guy's a nut job. So cool. So yeah, Guernsey, then Dublin is next. I still need to do a VA flight, so I'll probably try and knock that out tomorrow, if not Saturday. Let's see who we can raid. Nobody's on flight sim, so let's find somebody new who looks like they're having the time of their life. A lot of 777 flyers out there. Yeah, any landing you can walk away from is a good one, alright? Have you ever heard of Captain Whip is streaming right now? I was looking at Pilot Peely. If he's on, we can go to Captain Whip. Alright. Captain Whip TV. Start the raid. Alright, so raid is incoming. Thank you guys for watching. We can go check out Captain Whip here in a second, and I'll catch you guys on the next turn. Peace.